Hello students, welcome back to the session. In the last session we had talked about the types of models and also the rules that we are supposed to use in internet. In this session let us know about the types of network. Now what is a network? Network is nothing but a group of two or more computer systems linked together. Okay, this is what you mean by a network. There are many types of computer networks. Let us just know about the main types or the common types of networks. There are 5 common types of networks, that is your LAN, which is also known as a local area network, and MAN, that is metropolitan area network, and WAN, that is wide area network. This is a short form for network. And WLAN, that is wireless local area network, and CAN, that is your campus area network. Okay, so these are the common types of networks that we use. Now what is this LAN? Let us just go one by one. What is this LAN? LAN, as you know, is a local area network. This is just a figure that we are showing you, and this network can cover up to 1 kilometer radius. Okay, and a local network area network is nothing but a group of computers and the associated devices that share a common communication line or a wireless link to a server. That is, when we are saying associated devices, means when your printers or your, what do you say, the fax machines, all those also can be connected together. This is what we mean by a common communication devices or associated devices. So a LAN encounters or comes together, puts together the computers and the peripherals connected to a server within a distinct geographic area. That is, it may be within an office or any commercial establishment. That is what you mean by your LAN. But it is around 1 kilometer, covers an area of around 1 kilometers of radius. And next we have your MAN, that is metropolitan area network. So what is this metropolitan area network? It is a network that interconnects the users with computer resources in an area or a region larger than that covered by a local area network. That is, it's bigger than LAN. It may connect all the computers in a city. Okay, that is a metropolitan city. Metropolitan city means it's like a smart city. Bigger cities is call it as a metropolitan cities. But it is bigger than LAN, but it is smaller than the area that is covered by WAN. We come across that WAN later. So the term is applied to interconnection of networks in a city into a single larger network. So it is also used to connect all the local area networks, that is interconnection of the LANs in local area networks by bridging them together. So this is your MAN. And we have then WAN. So what is this WAN? WAN means wide area network. So WAN, this is the figure for your WAN. This does not have a limit. There is no limit. So a wide area network means it's a network that exists over a larger scale or a larger geographical area. So it connects different smaller networks, that is all the local area networks, metropolitan area networks, all are put together and it makes up your WAN. So this means that the computers and the users, I'll bring it in one location, can communicate with the computers and the users in another location. So whatever your internet is at present now, it is nothing but your WAN or wide area network. And we have your wireless area network, that is nothing but your wireless local area network. So wireless local area network is a wireless computer network, similar to your LAN but wireless, that links two or more devices using wireless communication within a limited area. It may be a school or a school, at home, or a laboratory, or in an office. So this gives the users the ability to move around within a local coverage area but still be connected to the network. So WAN also can also provide a connection to the wider area network if there is a gateway. This is your wireless LAN. And I haven't given the figure for your CAN. CAN means campus area network. So it is a network, computer network made up of an interconnection of local area networks. So it is nothing but a interconnection of local area networks within a limited geographical area. Okay, so the networking equipments, whatever it is required, like switches, routers, which medium you are going to use, are you going to use optical fiber, or what cables you are going to use, is entirely dependent on the person owning the building. It may be a university or a government office, whatever it is. So these are some of the networks commonly used, but there are other networks also, that like your SAN, that is your storage area network, or you can also call it as a system area network. You have your PAN, that is personal area network, and polar and passive local optical local area network, many other. But let us just concentrate on mainly according to your syllabus. We have your for the syllabus you have your LAN, WAN and MAN. You can also mention WLAN, that is your wireless LAN also. Okay, so this is about your types of networks. Okay, and coming to this network, we said local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network, depends on how it is connected and all. So based on all this, we have your topology, that we call it as a network topology. Remember, this is an important 5-mark question. Okay, so what is a topology? That is an appearance or layout of connected devices of a network is known as your network topology. So it is nothing but the shape or the structure of how the computers are connected. Now coming to your types, as we said, the geometric representation, how the computers are connected to each other, is known as topology. You can also say the definition for this as a geometric representation of how the computers are connected to each other is known as topology. Okay, so there are around 6 types of topology that we are going to talk about here. That is the bus star topology and ring topology, bus topology, tree topology, mesh topology, and hybrid topology. Okay, so these are the types of topology we'll be talking about now. So let us come further and keep one thing in mind. The figures are very important in this chapter, for this especially the topology part. Okay, so this is your bus topology. This is how your bus topology looks like, where all the computers are connected to a one linear bus. This is what we call it as a bus. So in bus topology, this is the main cable. Okay, so there's a main cable and all the devices are connected to this main cable through your drop lines. This is what we call it as a drop line. Okay, there is a device called tap that will connect the drop line to the main cable. And since all the data is transmitted over the main cable, there is a limit to the number of drop lines and the distance of them that the main cable can have. And one another thing that is important in this chapter is the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, you are supposed to remember this, advantages and disadvantages. So what are the advantages of your bus topology? In this, installation is easy installation, because each cable needs to be connected to the backbone cable. That's it. And also less cable required. You require less cable compared to the other topologies. So these are the advantages of your bus topology. In the same way, you have disadvantages also. So what are those disadvantages? Fault detection is difficult. That is, finding if somewhere there is a problem, finding that where that error is very difficult. That's one thing. And there is a limit to how many nodes, or when we are saying these individual computers will be known as nodes. So how many nodes you can connect with the cable, that is your backbone cable. We call it as a backbone cable. So there is a limit to the number of nodes or the computers that you can connect to the cable. So that is your bus advantages and disadvantages of your bus topology. And coming to the star topology is there in the figure here itself. That is your star topology. So in the star topology, each and every device, each and every computer in the network is connected to a central device called as a hub. A star topology does not allow you to have direct communication between the devices. A device must have to communicate only through the hub. So from here, if you want to go to the system, it has to go to the hub, and from then it has to go here. So if one device wants to send data to the other device, it has to first send the data to the hub, and then the hub transmits that data to the device, designated device where you are supposed to send the data. And again, as we said, there are advantages and disadvantages of each. So what are the advantages? Advantages is it is less expensive, because each device needs only one I/O port and needs to be connected with the hub with one link. So it is less expensive, and it is easier to connect or install, and less amount of cables required, because each device needs to be connected with the hub only, not to each other. So less amount of cable connection, and Next advantage, so as we said, less expensive, easier to learn. Sorry, let me repeat this, type this again. Less expensive, easier to install, and less amount of cables required. Less amount of cables required because it is connected only to the hub. If one link fails, then other links will work. That is, if one stops working, as you are passing the data from the central hub, so if one system fails, it does not affect the other system, so it will keep on working easily. And finding the fault is easier fault detection, because you can make out where the data is not coming from, so it is easier to find. So that is your advantages. And coming to your disadvantages, if a hub goes down, if any one system goes down, it's not a problem. If hub goes down, then everything goes down. Everything stops working, because none of the devices can work without the hub. And then hub requires more resources. That is, it has to be sophisticated, more resources, and regular maintenance also. So it works properly, because if it stops working, then nothing will work. So it regular maintenance, because it is a central system of your star topology. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of your star topology. So let us look at the other topologies in the next session. Thank you.